Good day, everyone. My name is Laura Prakash. I am a contractor for the Frederick National Laboratory for Cancer Research with support to the U.S. National Cancer Institute Center for Global Health. I'm honored to be here today to share with you all an analysis that we recently conducted. This is implementation science funded by the U.S. National Cancer Institute, an analysis of awards with international collaborators. This is my required affiliation and funding statement. And now jumping into the analysis, first, a bit of background information. The U.S. National Cancer Institute funds implementation science both domestically and globally. Implementation science is the study of methods to promote the adoption and integration of evidence into practice. NCI Center for Global Health is the only center within NCI that has a global mandate. Part of the CGH mission is to support the NCI mission by advancing global cancer research. So we wanted to analyze NCI's implementation science portfolio and look more closely at the awards with international collaborators to identify potential research opportunities. We conducted a comprehensive portfolio analysis using internal NIH databases. So we looked at all NCI-funded grants that were active from fiscal year 2000 to 2022 that specifically included foreign collaborators. We also included a keyword search that looked for specific terms within the abstract title or summary statement. And this search returned 106 grants, which were then reviewed by 6 coders to determine which awards included implementation science aims. We found that 34 grants met the criteria for inclusion in this implementation science portfolio. 24 of the 34 awards were to investigators collaborating with scientists in low and middle income countries, 13 of which were in Africa. And we'll cover these results and more in the next few slides. So looking at the overall portfolio, NCI was the primary funder on 26 of the grants and a secondary funder on the other 8 grants. We also looked at the grant types. The NIH uses activity codes to differentiate between a wide variety of research-related work. So for example, our grants are research projects, and 25 of the 34 grants were R grants, 19 of which were R01 grants. We also looked at the collaborating countries. The 34 grants in this portfolio collaborated with 29 countries outside of the US. 10 of those countries were high-income countries, and 19 of the countries were LMICs. And now looking more closely at the 13 awards with collaborators in Africa, we see 10 different countries in Africa were represented in this implementation science portfolio. I also want to add that there were over 20 organizations or institutions across these 10 countries in Africa that were involved in the research in this portfolio. And moving on, we also coded the grants to research topic areas and to cancer sites studied. Grants could be coded to more than one topic area and more than one cancer site. So for the overall portfolio, the top research topic area was HIV-associated malignancies with 14 grants, and the top cancer site studied was cervix with 10 grants. Again, looking more closely at the 13 awards with collaborators in Africa, we see the same top research topic area, HIV-associated malignancies, and the same top cancer site studied cervix. And lastly, we coded the grants along the cancer control continuum. Grants could be coded to more than one stage. In both graphs, we see that the awards spanned the entire cancer control continuum. On the left, we see that within the overall portfolio, prevention is the highest with 19 grants. And then in the bar graph on the right, we separated out the 13 grants with collaborators in Africa. And looking at this subset of the data, we see that screening is actually the highest with 8 grants. So what we found in conducting this analysis is that NCI's portfolio of global cancer implementation science grants is growing, but still limited in number and in scope. This analysis really helps us highlight the gaps in research and identify opportunities for future research. At NCI Center for Global Health, we recently published our first strategic plan, which can be found on our website. Within the strategic plan, we identified implementation science as one of our key current research themes, which is to accelerate global cancer implementation science. Thank you all for listening. I want to thank my co-authors as well for all of their help with this analysis. This concludes my presentation. Thank you for your time.